first tower went down, I just knew they'd lost a lot of firefighters.
So we all had to kind of pause and reflect and think about the big picture and what does it mean for law enforcement, what does it mean for the public safety.
One of the lessons learned from September 11th was that public safety communication systems are critical for first responders. Clear communications allow for first responders to accurately hear commands and other related communications. In 2001, the Allied Radio Matrix for Emergency Response, ARMER, was implemented in the Twin Cities metropolitan area.
Our officers now have a tool in their hands, on their belt, that allows them to communicate with everybody else around them.
The ARMER system provides first responders with a clear communication system and provides an unprecedented level of interoperability throughout the state.
70, if you could switch to SE1, meet up with Richfield and Airport PD on that channel to coordinate your response.
Advanced as the ARMER system is, the infrastructure can only do so much. You must work to make the system function as efficiently as possible. That efficiency depends on planning for events and education, including training users how to operate their radios. One of the biggest impediments to public safety communication is radio users who cannot operate their radios properly. Often, in after-action reports, it is learned that communications could have gone smoother if ARMER users knew how to change zones in their radios to operate on talk groups for the event, as designated by the controlling dispatch center.
A line of dispatch patching AM TTAC1 to E TAC2. E is an Echo TAC2. Responding units switch to E TAC2.
I think one of the reasons ARMER is important and successful is it brings everybody onto a common operating platform. That doesn't mean we're all talking on the same channel. It means we can talk all on the same channel if we need to.
Literally, it's just at the push of a button. And as long as you know what talk group you're looking for, if you have a model of the radio that displays the names of the talk groups, it is literally the push of a button, the turn of a knob.
It's relatively easy. It's just a matter of practice. Just like using your handgun, your arrest techniques, being up to speed with your law and the evolution of law and case law that changes the way we do our business, tasers and other pieces of equipment we use. It's the same thing. We just have to be practiced with it and get to know it and then and exercise it.
The key is training, understanding how the system operates. Every user that comes up on the system is mandated to undergo some education.
Issues involving communications are common immediately following a major incident. Confusion finding the appropriate talk group for medical helicopter landing zones, pursuits, or other multi-agency, multi-regional coordination have found it's the lack of user knowledge when finding talk groups within zones on their portable or mobile radio. If ARMER users are well versed in migrating to different zones, overall communications will go smoother. Many communication issues can be avoided if responders remember the following simple steps to change zones. There are 4 ways to change zones in Motorola radios. Please check with your system administrator to determine how your radio is programmed. We're looking at the Motorola XTL2500 remote head mobile radio. The Motorola XTL5000 mobile radio operates very similarly. There are 2 main ways to change the way the zones operate in this radio. First is a series of function keys across the bottom. You'll hit the function key with the associated word zone above it. You can arrow to the right to change to your desired zone. Once you're at the desired zone, press the home key and then you can change your knob to the different channels within that zone. The second way to do this is to push the zone key and then you can dial to the different zones as you can see here. After you find the desired zone, push the home key, then dial within the different channels within that zone. We are now demonstrating the use of the Motorola XTS2500 and the XTS5000. They operate very similarly in how you change the zones. There are two main ways to change the zones within the XTS2500. The first is across one of the function keys on the bottom. On this radio, it's on the far left-hand side. By pushing the zone button, the zone starts to flash which zone you're in. To change between the zones, you arrow with the navigation button to the right and it changes to your desired zone. Once you're in that zone, push the home button, and now you can change between the 16 different channels within that zone. The other way to change the XTS2500 between the first three zones is by changing the toggle switch on top between zones A, B, and C. Get to that desired zone, then you can turn the knob to a different channel within that zone. There are two additional ways to program the Motorola radio. For that, we will be using the XTS5000 as our example. This radio is programmed with a channel up and channel down within the first and third function key. You can program it so the zone up and zone down button is used within these function keys as well. The fourth way to program the zone control is to use the side button 1 and side button 2. You program those so the zone up and zone down go between these two side buttons, thus changing the zones within this radio.
You need to know that every one of your staff, from the command staff on down to the paramedics, EMTs, police officers, the people that are using the system on a daily basis, that they can pick up a radio and know the zones, know the talk groups, and know your operational plan so that they can effectively use that piece of equipment.
We owe it to the community as professionals, as law enforcement professionals, to, in situations where time is of the essence, that we need to be ready. And that shame on us if we're not ready and not able to use our equipment to the fullest extent of its capabilities.
If you have any questions or would like a copy of this video, please contact the Metropolitan Emergency Services Board.